Hey guys, Brian here, and Bailey. He's supervising this job. I guess the murder chickens are too. Anyway, I'm undertaking a job that I should have done a long time ago, but I finally got around to it. I'm gonna work on something I want to do for a change instead of working on somebody else's stuff. What I got here is the gauge stuff to put in my truck. I'm gonna be doing some turbo development, probably. That's my plan anyway. And I need something to be able to monitor and test and evaluate. So, bought this Pro stuff. I've used this Pro stuff forever, so that's what I'm gonna use. Got a 60-pound boost gauge kit, an R5623, comes with the line and fittings, and a R607-10 pyrometer kit, which has the gauge and the 10-foot of wire and the thermocouple that's adjustable. It's important on these Cummins because the manifold's thin, so a real long thermocouple hit bottom out, so you have to use a short or an adjustable, or run a long piece of pipe up out of the manifold. Any of those are options, but this one I went with because this was the cheapest configuration to buy this stuff. And I won't spend a bunch of money. I just wanted it to work and be good. And I've used this Pro stuff for years. The only company that still makes a gauge pod for these trucks is Autometer, and it's not the best fitting thing, but it does work. I got one of these in one of my other trucks, so that's what I'm going to use. And also, as I've learned over the years, if you have a base model truck like this that has no headliner in it, you have to acquire the plastic piece out of a deluxe trim truck in order to have some place to mount the gauge pod. So I got one of those out of one of my parts trucks and painted it up nice and black, match the gauge pod, and come in here and already drilled and tapped the holes to mount it with. Just held it up in there and located them transfer style. So I'm gonna run the wires out under the hood and up in here and get them to the back of the gauge, wires and the hose first, and then clip this thing in. Well, there it is installed. So I've got a turbo boost and a EGT put on the column there. Wires are run down beside the dash. And I've left it, this loop would be if I want to wire up lights internal to the gauges. I've already got that run. I'm going to do that before you plug this up, because these plastic plug deals are pretty much a one-time stuff in. But it looks okay. I'm satisfied with that. Got my extra wire. Could have gone for 6 foot. It's plenty, but long enough. 10 was overkill, but I can use this on something else in the future if I need to. No big deal, just having the wire tied up over there. And other than that, it's all run nice and clean. Boost is run. Fittings in. So we can find out what the wastegate setting is on this turbocharger. If it's even opening up, I may back a screw out. But other than that, it's ready for a ride. Well, I think I'll be able to see the gauges. It's daylight enough. So let's fire this thing up and we'll go for a little ride. I have to get it warmed up before I can do too much. lot better with those new injectors in there once I get them switched. Gooseneck's back there. We're grossing about 17, should be empty. My 30 footer, so let's go drive this thing easy for a while, get it warmed up, and then test it. Alright, so the thermostat's open and closed twice. I feel like I can get on it now. Try and get you watching the mirror. You can see, we'll get on it hard, getting on here so you can see what the opacity looks like. Trailer pulling gear. Running direct, a lot easier on the transmission. Flying through, not running through any gears. Runs a lot cooler. 70 mile an hour, 17,000 pounds. Like about 12 pounds of boost. 700 degrees today. Just flat ground, I'd say. So we're running 70 up this grade. 20 pounds, 900. Floorboarded. Sun doesn't blind us too bad, but got a little pull-over trucker grade coming up here, so I'm going to use this as my dyno test. Running 55 miles an hour. Let's back it down. 55 miles an hour at the bottom of the hill. Now I'm going to stop it as soon as this grade starts up. Right there. See what it get up to. Running 30 pounds, just over 1,000 EGT. And yellow sign, we're at about 58 mile an hour, called there. That'll be my dyno test. We'll see how much it gains the next time and what the temps do. Keeps up the traffic okay. I caught somebody coming up that hill. Again, the tailpipe's clean. Kick it here for you. See it, wide open. Gain a lot of speed on flat ground. idle after that little romp, or right about 300 degrees, maybe 350. Good cooking temp on your manifold. So it's been idling, it's cooled down to under 300, so I can turn it off now. Now we're about coking up the bearings in the turbocharger. The floorboard smoke test. Good setup, all to go on a stock pump. Almost like twins. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little bit on doing some tuning, or not really tuning so much as documentation of the current settings, and then I'll get the heads bolts changed out to my studs here sometime, and get the injectors swapped over, and there'll be another video of the results of that. We'll see what kind of difference it made. Hopefully it'll be better, stronger, faster, better fuel economy. I'd like to be able to crack 20 on the regular with this thing. Way it is right now, when I drove to Chicago, run 70, 75 most of the way, and averaged 19 and a half. So it's real close to being able to bust that 20 mark running empty. Of course, won't do that with the trailer, but 20 in a 1-ton dually is not too bad a fuel economy, but I'd like to see it get, I don't know, who knows, these new injectors, they might get 21 or 22. It'd be pretty sweet. Ones that are in the truck, as far as I know, have 300,000 plus miles on them, and really 400,000. When I put this engine in the truck, it had 370, and I've run another 30 since then or more. Yeah, so it's got around 400 on it, I guess. Still does the job. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, I'll catch you later.